from the point of the holding. A 10-yard mark-off goes back out to the 28. And Wildcats will be facing a second down. Well, that's not a mile to go. That's about a half mile, right?
Yeah. I was going to say 25 or 6.
Let's call it 25 for the Cats, but hey, they don't care. They've got to play for that.
Well, I'm sure they do. They have in the past.
In the first quarter, Jeffers back in quarterback position. Man in motion goes Johnson, but they'll hand it off to Hess up the middle. He's across the 25 down to the 22-yard line. A 5-yard carry straight ahead for Tegan Hess, his first carry of the night. Hess had a big 53-yard run in that second quarter last week against Prairie View. His big gun of the night when he broke out. Now the Cats, third down and 20. First possession of this first quarter action for the Wildcats at Opie tonight. And it's going to be Jeffers swinging to the left, but defender cuts through and wraps him up behind the line of scrimmage with the stop. The defensive penetration of that wall got in, and Jeffers was thrown for a 2-yard loss. Now, 4th and 25 from about the 20. Well, it's marked down at the 24-yard line, so it's going to be about 4th and 18.
And number 55, Jacob Hines, made a very good defensive play, fought off his blocker, and got into the backfield to pull him down for the loss.
On the right hash mark, Jeffers back to pass. Took a go back for it, but he gets past the line of scrimmage. He's running, scrambling, left, right, turns again, but he is wrapped up at the 10-yard line, making the most of what he could when the front line broke down. Carries the ball ahead for a 12-yard gain on the play, and we've got another holding penalty on the Wildcats. They decline that penalty. They'll have possession, as they do, at the 10-yard line. Turned over on downs here with 7:18 remaining in the first quarter. That first drive ends at the 10-yard line as the Wildcats ate up nearly 5 minutes on their first possession, but come up with no score.
Two bad snaps kind of cost them that drive there.
Those were the big notes for that drive, was the mishandle on the snap. And Opie, good defense, recognized where that ball was located as they'll take over possession, 1st and 10 from the 10. Quarterback in the shotgun, back to pass, swings to the right-hand side, looks deep, but pressured in the backfield and taken down inside the 5-yard line. Good defensive pressure, but good coverage downfield by the Cats. That's going to be a loss of 6 on that carry. Number 18 is Colburn Hopley.
And that puts them back at the 3-yard line. So Opie's kind of in a big, deep hole here.
Good job by the Cats defense that time, pinning them back deep in their own territory. Now shotgun formation with receivers both left and right, but they'll hand it off right up the middle. Quick hitter out across the 10-yard line on the carry. That's number 42 with the first run of the evening is Blaine Heinrich. The 200-pound junior gets it back out to the original line of scrimmage. So they'll find a 3rd down and 10.
Garrison Fiedler from his defensive end spot wraps him up and stops the gain. Brings up 3rd and 10. 0-0, 6 minutes and counting here in the first quarter.
Again, that set with wide receivers left and right, one back in the backfield along with the shotgun. Quarterback back to pass, looks down the right-hand side, lobs it high in the air on the runner. Reception downfield to the 43-yard line. Caught and run out of bounds. But that was a perfect pitch and toss for the Opie Eagles. A first down as he connects with number 15, Damon Schmidt, for the first down yardage.
Jaden Payne on the coverage. Comes back to tall wide receiver versus a shorter D-back.
A 33-yard reception downfield gets them out of the shadow of their own goal line. Now going under center. Quarterback sets the snap. One man in motion comes left. Hands off, reverse back to the right-hand side. Gets to the outside across the 45 to the 50. On the quick hit is number 24, Justin Deeker.
Got a flag on the play there.
Deeker's first carry of the night here. Ran out of bounds on the far sideline at the 47. But a flag against the Opie Eagles will negate that carry, and we'll have the mark off. Is that a holding penalty, Rick?
Yeah, I believe it was a holding penalty. They're marking off 10 yards from the spot.
Well, holding seems to be the theme tonight. So far, all the penalties go in that direction. Marked back to the 30-yard line. Still first down, but about 25 now for the Eagles. Three receivers wide to the left here. And the quarterback will roll.
Pressure.
Now he looks over the middle.
Good
found
coverage.
An open receiver. Number 15 was Schmidt. Again, brought down at the 39-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 10. They get it back slow but sure.
Yeah, Brandon Nordstadt was right there at the coverage. As soon as he caught the ball, wrapped him up for the tackle.
Schmidt with the two receptions so far tonight. 5:05 on the clock here. No score in the first quarter of play tonight at Opie. Again, receivers split left and right, back to pass. Pitches out into the flat on the right hand.
Good open field tackle.
Nice job getting down for a short gain of 4 yards. And who do we have on that tackle, Rick? Oh, number 20?
I believe so.
24, Jaden
Payne wrapped him up.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Quick to the ball.
Like another flag.
And the officials this time look like they're talking it over with the captain on the Eagle side of the ball. They're not really talking to anybody.
Personal foul, blow to the head.
Oh, that was to the quarterback after he'd released the ball. So that's going to move that ball all the way down.
That was not smart.
15-yard penalty. Moves the ball across the midfield stripe all the way down to the 43-yard line, where Opie will place it with first down yardage.
And that, all we're doing is helping them when we do things like that.
Had a great stop to come up on that quick tackle, but the penalty moves the ball. They'll set under center this time for quarterback number 18, Hoetling. Sends one man in motion near side. Snap and pitch back to the left. To the outside, hit in the backfield, breaks that tackle and run out of bounds on the near sideline with a big carry. Number 42 on the carry is Blaine Heinrich. That's Heinrich's second carry of the night as he's rolled out at the 40-yard line, a gain of 3 on the carry for Heinrich, the 200-pound junior. They'll set it at the near hash mark, second down and 7 at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, Jacob Jasper comes over from his deep back position to knock him out of bounds. Second and 7.
Quarterback in shotgun formation, has three receivers wide to the right. They'll roll the pocket that way. And out in the flat. Went off the hands of the Eagle, and Jaden Payne trying to make a diving grab for that tumbling ball. He had a pick last week against the Buffaloes, but it was just beyond his reach, falls incomplete, and that'll send the Eagles back to the huddle to contemplate a 3rd and 7 here with the clock stopped at 4:04.
Yeah, had he been able to pick that, there was nothing but green pasture between him and the line.
It was clear sailing to the other end. And again, the Eagles set up in shotgun formation, that familiar look of 3 men on the right, and they'll roll with that direction. Looks downfield. Big hit on the quarterback as he released that ball. Nice job coming in to make that hit, and the ball falls incomplete.
Yeah, I've felt that thunk way up here. Good rush, good hit.
Who made the hit on the quarterback, Rick?
That was number 15, Fiedler.
Number 15. Fiedler gets that big arm swing coming at you. You know you're going to feel that. So the Wildcat defense, a chance right here to make a stop and get the ball back in great field position. Face a 4th down and 7. Eagles again, 3 receivers wide to the right. Quarterback in that shotgun. Rolls to the right side, pressure, throws it on an out pattern to the far sideline. Reception at the 30-yard line. He's tackled down out of bounds, but first down yardage on a 13-yard reception.
Rolled out, had an open player, got just enough yardage for the first down.
Nice route that he ran to that out pattern there. Had good position on the defender, and the quarterback just laid it in a perfect running position for him to grab and rolled out of bounds. First down and 10 at the 30-yard line. Under center this time, turns back to pass on the right side. Out in the pass, a nice hit right there.
Oh, and the
foul out of bounds. He paid for that reception.
Yeah.
And that was...
Tucker Whitworth came in and put him down with a nice hit.
Blake Heinrichs with the catch, but he did pay for it as he was ridden to the far sidelines. 3-yard catch for Heinrich, his first of the night. Brings up a 2nd and 7 now, far hash mark for the Eagles. In shotgun formation. Snap back, back, and finds a man out in the flat with the reception down to the 20, 15, hit out of bounds inside the outside at the 11-yard line. Reception good downfield. That'll go for a 17-yard catch and run on the near side. Number 24, Deeker, with that reception.
Tucker Whitworth came over and made the stop, put him out of bounds, but we've got 1st and 10 here at the 12-yard line.
3 minutes on the clock remaining in this first quarter. No score at this time, but Opie knocking on the door. Quarterback in the shotgun. Looks in and hands off. Heinrich up the middle, stumbles across the 10. He's in for a 3-yard gain on that carry. 13 yards on the night for Heinrich, the big running back set in the backfield with quarterback Holtling. As play comes in from the sideline here, they'll face a 2nd and 8. Again, with the quarterback in the shotgun formation, they'll spread the Burlington defense wide. Pressure up the middle. They'll pass into the end zone, and was it a pick by the Wildcats? Interception in the end zone, and the Wildcats take possession. Nordstad, number 3, with the interception. He was playing center field, saw that ball all the way into his hands, actually picked it right off the grasp of the intended receiver. And the Wildcats defense stands, and they'll take it at the 20-yard line here with 2:11 remaining in the first quarter of play.
Now, if they can just keep from penalizing themselves, shooting themselves in the foot, they should be fine.
1st and 10, snap back goes to Jeffers as he brings it out to the 24. They'll start the second possession. 2 minutes remaining in this first quarter of play. No score on the board yet for either team. 34 yards for Connor Jeffers on the ground tonight. A couple of those errant snaps cost him some lost yardage. They'll set power to the left-hand side. And this time it's Hess with the run. He comes through the gap all the way out to the 30-yard line. That is a gain of 5 for a first down, Tegan Hess. His second carry of the night, and he's got 10 yards for the Wildcats as they'll move the chains on the far side. Jacob Jasper bringing in the play from the sideline for the Cats. They'll send Fiedler to the left side. He's in tight with one man in the slot. Set for the snap. They'll run it to the left. That's Jeffers. Looks for a gap inside. Keeps pounding ahead for a 2-yard gain for the Wildcats. But they could not find a gap to get Connor Jeffers into on that carry.
That was a tough run. Ran right into the power of Opie on the defensive side, on the right-hand side. They're moving 15 back and forth from one side to the other.
And man in motion goes Johnson. They'll hand it off to him as he tries to get to the left side, but he's hit in the backfield. Wildcats could not get a good block to spring him open, and they'll fall for a loss of 2. Gale Johnson coming out of that slot, but it was not to be.
Now that just looked like it never did really develop right.
They'll set the chain. 3rd down and 12. As we approach the end of the first quarter here, the Cats may be able to get off one more play before the end of this first session. Snap back goes to Jeffers, and linebacker comes blitzing through, hits him behind the line of the scrimmage all the way back to the 26-yard line as that wall was coming to the right-hand side, but a blitzing linebacker got in and made the tackle as time runs out in the first quarter, and we go to our first break. Back to the station with the score tied 0-0. We'll return in 1 minute.
The Appliance Store in Burlington has a large selection of Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid appliances, along with Speed Clean washers and dryers, and is your headquarters for #1 voted Green Mountain pellet grills. The Appliance Store also has Oric vacuum cleaners, bags, parts, and service what they sell, with a great selection of appliance parts on hand. The Appliance Store at 602 South 4th Street in Burlington thanks you for supporting local business and is a proud supporter of local athletics.
Hi, kids. It's Timmy the Tooth. Have you been to see your dentist lately?
Visiting the dentist doesn't have to be that frightening. It's all about which dentist you choose. At the office of Rick Smith DDS in Gridley, they offer individual comfort care for all ages. From grandparents to grandchildren, you will receive a comfortable and pleasant process. Give Rick Smith DDS a call today at 620-836-2015.
Let's get you back to the field for more Wildcat action on 97.7 The Dawg.
Welcome back to Burlington Wildcat football here on The Dawg. As we're in Opie tonight, both teams big drives in that first quarter of play, but no points on the board as we get ready for second quarter action. It's Wildcats 4th down and 15, ball at the 25. Now they're going to drop back in punt formation here as Opie has 2 men back to return. Good punt. Guide that punt. Down. Ball bounces at the 32. He'll bring it up the right-hand side. Good defense. And nice open field tackle there by Tegan Hess. Man on man, and I'm saying Tegan won that one.
Yeah.
Did a great job of keeping his feet and his body low. And he was ready, tackled around the ankles, and would not let go.
Yeah, he made a beautiful open field tackle. Classic position. Got down, got a hold of him, and pulled him down.
punt out to the 32-yard line. It's returned to the 41, where the Eagles will take over their second possession of the night. One receiver split wide to the left-hand side, and one to the near right. Quarterback goes under center. Up the middle. Now they'll quick cut, handoff back into the middle, but the Wildcats not fooled there as Tate Wright made the big stop for a loss. Nice job staying home on the defense.
Now Jeffers comes in and wraps him up, meets him right at the line, and pulls him down for a 2-yard loss. Just the beginning of the second quarter here. Score 0-0.
This is where Wildcats need to stop and get that ball back for great field position. Under center, Opie quarterback sets the offense. Turns back to pass now. Looks down the center with it lobbed over the top. And do we have another pick? Number 1, Cale Johnson with the pick at the 47-yard line. Had good underneath position defending that pass, and he steps in and pulls off the interception, and it's back in the hands of the Wildcats again. They had coverage both under and over the top on that. So the Wildcats do it on the defensive side to get the ball back in hand. That will fire up the squad. Handoff up the middle. Good bowling ahead with that carry out to the 40-yard line. It's number 23 on the carry for the Cats, Tucker Whitworth, with his first carry of the night. Tucker ahead for a 5-yard gain on the carry. Receivers to the left-hand side. Cutting across the middle. There's Hawkins with the catch at 40. Oh, loose out on the ground. It's stripped away as he was going down, and that'll be Eagle ball. They take the ball away at the 38-yard line after Hawkins had made a great reception over the middle. Another 10 yards downfield as he was rumbling on, hit hard by a couple of defenders. The ball pops out, and it goes back over to the home Eagles.
Yeah, he made a good catch, was running very well, and then 2 Eagles went to tackle, and he coughed the ball up.
So it's back to Eagle football. Quarterback under center sends a man in motion left wing. Handoff up the middle. Deeker with the run. He's out to the 50-yard line on that carry. He's going to be marked down at the 49. That's going to be a 13-yard rumble right up the middle for number 24, Justin Deeker.
Yeah, Jacob Jaster makes a shoestring tackle to save a breakaway for a touchdown. Otherwise, I think he was going all the way to the end zone.
He was quick from that first step and got to the line, found his gap. And, yes, Jasper did make the tackle, or he was headed for daylight. 1st and 10, ball just beyond the middle hash mark. We're sitting right on top of it here tonight. And a timeout on the field called by the quarterback, Colburn Hoatling, as the Eagles with possession will take a 1-minute timeout and be back. Score 0-0 here at Opie.
You're in a hurry and your car won't start. And you need a jump. Or how about the time you locked your keys in the car? Or the time you hit that deer and smashed in the front end of your car? Or maybe you just need something hauled and you don't have a truck. Maybe you just need a tire changed. Call Jeff's Towing and Recovery, AAA provider at 785-213-1669. That's 785-213-1669. And remember, it's your choice who tows your vehicle.
Does fall weather make you dream of a new home? How about that remodeling project, such as a garage or room addition? Whatever your dreams are made of, First National Bank of Kansas has many favorable options for you. From refinancing to building projects, rates are still low, so why not check them out? See Paul and Kathy in Osage City, Chris and Craig in Waverly, or Donna and Craig in Burlington. First National Bank of Kansas, where dreams come true. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Let's get you back to the field for more Wildcat action on 97.7 The Dawg.
Welcome back here to Burlington Wildcat football on the Dawg tonight as the Opie Eagles wanted to knock it over after that timeout. We've got a couple of scores just in here. Waverly is leading Melbourne 24-8 in the second quarter of play. Also, local team Madison is up 22-0 over Wetmore tonight. Down south, Cherryvale is leading Fredonia 14-0 in that first half of play. But we're back to action right here as Opie back to pass. Quarterback hit in the backfield, escapes, gets off the pass. It's incomplete, far on the left side. Was that Wright that was in? It was him wrapped up back for a big, big loss before he spun away and threw the incomplete pass. They're lucky to get out of that one with 2nd and 10.
Yeah, because Wright made a good rush. Got a hold of him a little high, which enabled the quarterback to kind of spin out of that. But pressure was coming. Had to throw the ball away. Brings up 2nd and 10.
No score here. 9:40 remaining in our first half of play tonight on the road at Opie. Pass to the right. 3 men on the left side. Back to pass. Looks to the short man underneath, but drops it. Number 15, Surehands Schmidt, who'd been his favorite receiver with 4 receptions tonight, had that in hand, but as he brought it down, it falls incomplete. And now they're going to face a 3rd and 10.
Yeah, he went up to get it, and I think he was thinking more right. The ball, let it get away from him. Could have been a good gain for the Eagles.
So they will set the ball just inside the 50-yard line, a 3rd down and 10. Wildcat defense made a pick on that last possession, and they're going to be throwing it again to put it in the air. Schmidt ducked the defense, got under and away from the first man, but no hiding as Wright comes in and makes a big tackle for a loss. 9-yard loss on the play, back out to the 41. And they'll be forced into punt position, 4th down and 20.
Yeah, it was sort of like the old Bubba Smith advertisement. You tackle the backfield and start picking them out one at a time. Oh,
throw out who you don't need. Yeah.
Wright just bowled his man right back to him and grabbed the QB.
High snap. Gets away the punt. Downfield it's going to come, and the Cats are going to let it bounce. It's going to roll inside the 20-yard line as they had good coverage downfield on that punt. Cale Johnson stepping away from the ball wisely. And as it comes to a stop at the 18-yard line, the Wildcats will take over. Defense rose to the height right there. A couple of quarterback sacks and a couple of incompletions. Wildcats possession here with 8:42 remaining in the half. They'll take over at the 17-yard line. Jeffers back for the snap. Looks for that set. They'll look right-hand side. Now he cuts it back left to a gap in the middle, out across the 25-yard line. He's taken down. A big 8-yard gain for Connor Jeffers as he found that gap in the middle of the line and runs forward for the 8-yard gain.
Yeah, he was very patient there following his blocks, saw the openings, made the right cuts, and picked up 8 yards. Brings up 2nd and 2. Yeah.
Again, with one man in the slot position, they're going to bring it to the left side. Again, Jeffers cuts it across the 30-yard line, rolls on out, pounding ahead out to the 35. It's going to be an 8-yard gain and first down Wildcats.
And, you know, it's just a matter of time before Jeffers breaks an arm tackle and takes it to the house.
Cats winning the battle on the line right now as that offensive line is getting a great push here. Kind of a hot, muggy night. There's a little bit of a breeze, at least upstairs where we're at. I don't know about down on the ground.
Have an official timeout on the field.
All right, everybody is set now. Looks like with 7:40 on the clock, Cats snap back and inside handoff to Johnson. He keeps those legs pushing forward to the 40-yard line. A 5-yard gain for the Wildcats as Cale Johnson comes out of his near slot position and gets a 5-yard rush for the Cats.
Yeah, we're just methodically moving the ball down the field, forward 5 yards every gain, kind of like old Hank Stram used to say. We're just matriculating it down the field.
There's a time and a place for that word, isn't there?
Matriculate.
Cats, 2nd down and 6. Back to pass. Jeffers looks over the middle to Hawkins. Had it in the right hand, had it in the left hand, and then he didn't have it. He was coming across the middle, a hot pass from Jeffers.
It was a hot pass, and I'm surprised that he did as good a job handling that as he did. Came very close to bringing that in for a reception, but just couldn't hang on.
Good choice right there as Fiedler had gone on downfield about 10 yards beyond, and Hawkins filling in the short gap. But falling incomplete, the Cats will face 3rd and 6. Jeffers in the backfield, right-hand side, keeps following that line. He gets it out across the 45, and he's going to have first down yardage with a 6-yard gain on a 3rd and 5.
I don't want to jinx things, but I think we're kind of maybe wearing them down a little bit possibly because it looks like we're getting a pretty good push every time so far, knock on wood.
Right now it is the offensive line that's leading this attack. Right up the middle they go.
And some wise choices on making the cuts by the backs.
I think that's something that these young guys have learned is patience to look for that gap. Jeffers again right up the middle of the line. He's out to the 49-yard line here, a gain of 4 on that first down carry.
Yep.
58 yards on the night for Connor Jeffers on 11 carries here. Still no score in the first half of play as we hit the 6-minute mark. Looking off to the west end, a sliver of moon in the backdrop of the scoreboard here at Opie Field. Wide receivers, but a bad snap. Jeffers has to cover it up. He's going to take it to the ground right there at the 44-yard line. It's going to be a loss of 5 as he couldn't handle the snap back, but wisely just held on to it. Said, let's take the loss and get back ready to go again. Loss of 5. And 3rd down and 12 on the mark on the far sideline.
Yeah, so far we've done a good job stopping ourselves.
Cats offensive line set again. Fiedler in the slot near side. They'll run it to the left. That time, Jeffers is hit right at the line of scrimmage. Could not find a gap as the defense stood strong. Held for a loss of 1 on that carry. And the Cats will face a 4th down and 13. Opie sending one man back on the punt return team. And it's kind of a crapshoot. The Cats have run it from this field position before.
Yeah, they have.
When they have punted, they've traditionally set up in a running formation before they shift back, as they do again this time. They'll set, but now shift and go back to punt formation. Snap back, and the kick is away. A penalty flag thrown at the kick as the ball goes out of bounds at the 30-yard line. But we're going to have to come back and see if somebody jumped offside. Could have been a procedure penalty on the Wildcats as the officials will gather to talk it over here. It is a procedure penalty against the Wildcats. They'll talk it over with the offensive captain for Opie. A little bit of an odd position for us tonight as the home team is across the way from our position here in the press box and the scoreboard box. Home team directly underneath us here, or team underneath us. And they have to make a decision. Do they want to penalize and have another kick? Looks like what they're going to do, move the Cats back 5 yards instead of taking the ball where it went out of bounds at the 30. So they'll mark it off 5 yards. Procedure will move the Cats back to the 37.
That's what I was going to say, yeah.
It was two men moving at the same time. That's what the procedure was. So the Wildcats will re-kick. This time the snap from the 38-yard line. Receivers back at the 25 and 30-yard line, anticipating this punt away. Snap back and nice high kick. Good coverage downfield by the Cats. Taken at the 32, and a big tackle there by Garrison Fiedler. 5-yard return. Ball comes out to the 39, where Opie will take over. They did benefit 9 yards by the re-kick there.
3:52 left here in the second quarter. Looks like we're going to have a timeout or a water break here for both sides.
So we're going to take it back to the station also for a word from our sponsors of Wildcat Football on the Dog. We're back in 1 minute.
Now's a great time to get excited about getting a new Samsung Galaxy S8.
Why?
Because US Cellular has it for just $15 a month.
Yay!
Yup, just $15.
Woo! Okay, I'm done.
All with a stronger signal in the middle of anywhere.
Credit approval, device protection plus, new line port-in, and qualifying phone turn-in required. Comes via monthly bill credit of $627 on a 30-month installment plan plus a $100 US Cellular promo card. Additional terms apply.
Life Care Center of Burlington offers all the comforts of home as well as added luxuries, including a beauty and barber salon, specialized fine dining program, courtyard and gardening area, and is conveniently located near shopping, retirement communities, and other medical community resources. Life Care also provides in- and outpatient rehabilitation services for all ages. Their licensed staff offers 24-hour skilled nursing. Stop by and visit the Life Care Center of Burlington today, located at 601 Cross Street.
Let's get you back to the field for more Wildcat action on 97.7 The Dog.
Welcome back to Burlington Wildcat football here on the Dog. Making the trip to Opie tonight, where we have a 0-0 contest. Both teams fighting hard. Opie just taking over from the kick. They've got the ball at the 39-yard line, but a loss of 2 on that carry as Tegan Hess got in for the stop. And they'll move the ball, loss of a yard on that carry by Deeker.
Yeah, Tegan Hess shot the gap, got in the backfield, and pulled him down. No gain on the play here. Brings up 2nd and 10. Yeah.
Second down and 11 now for Opie as they send wide receivers both left and right with quarterback Hoachling under center. Now, man in motion goes left side. Hoachling goes down the line, and on the pitch out, Deeker takes it, turns upfield, but the Wildcat defense played it well. They did. One man made him pitch early and put a hit on the quarterback, and the pitch going to the outside. The Wildcat defense closes quick, and a loss of 1 on the second play of possession.
Yeah, Nordstadt was playing pitch man real well. As soon as he caught the ball, he laid the leather right on him, brought him down for the loss. Brings up 3rd and 11 for the Opie Eagles. 2:35 and counting here in the second quarter. Score 0-0.
Wildcat defense called to challenge again. They can get another big stop here and get that ball back before the end of the halftime. Snap back, they look over the middle. Rocket right down the middle, and a good reception by number 29, a diving catch for Camden Holting. As he went to the ground, ball all the way out to the 46-yard line. That's first down yardage for the Eagles.
Yeah, that was a bullet thrown, and he went down and picked it up off the grass for the first down. It was a good catch on a so-so pass.
1st and 10, Eagles. They keep the drive alive. Quarterback in the shotgun, looks left-hand wing. Tipped. Now the ball is tipped, but it bounces off the ground. Nobody can get it. And incompletion, Opie.
Yeah, it was Tucker Wentworth that got a hand on that and deflected that, tipped the ball, made it come up short.
Opie pass route on the left-hand side had one man deep, one man short, and Tucker took care of making sure neither could get a hand in there. So they'll face 2nd and 10 from the 46 as two men split wide to the right, also two on the left wing. Look, and quarterback off the middle, right lanes him down. Good job by Wright. He stayed at home, saw the opening coming to the middle, and closed quickly. It's going to be a gain of 4 on the carry and put the Eagles in a 3rd and 6. Play coming in from the sideline by number 7, Garrett Pimple. As the clock continues to run, 1:17 before the halftime break, as it's been a defensive struggle, no scoring here before the half. Here come the Cats on a blitz, but a shot over the middle, reception at the 30-yard line, tackled down by Cale Johnson there at the 27, and that quarterback got off a rocket, and first down yardage we go again for the Eagles. Again, a 15-yard pass. And again, that was number 29 with the reception. Holtling, his 2nd of the night. In shotgun formation. Another pass. Pull the pocket left. Now looks back to the right. Lobs it into the end zone. And a reception for the touchdown. And that sent everybody on the left-hand side. Looks back as the big receiver, number 15, Damon Schmidt, just laid out in the end zone to run underneath and make the reception of that 25-yard TD strike. Schmidt with his and the Eagles' first TD of the night. They'll set for the extra point kick. Left-footed kicker here. Number 32 into the lineup is Chance Rediker. Snap is back. The kick is away. Up good and good for the extra point. And the OP Eagles go on top 7-0 with 38 seconds remaining here before the halftime. We're going to go back to the station and be back after this 1-minute timeout.
Trust Point Insurance is truly an independent insurance agency. They have the unique ability to shop the marketplace for the insurance company that provides the best protection at the most competitive price and has the ability to write with over 30 different companies. Trust Point Insurance offices are located at 800 North 4th Street in Burlington and 902 Commercial Street in Emporia. Stop in or call today to set up a time that is convenient for you to discuss your auto, home, farm, business, crop, and life insurance, or visit them online at trustpointinsurance.net.
At Diners Cafe, 1020 North 2nd Street, Burlington, it's all about you, our customer. The staff loves what they do with a desire to provide outstanding service, serve up your order freshly made with wholesome ingredients, and do it in a clean and comfortable setting. Check out our Facebook page for our specials of the day and latest happenings. Diners Cafe, home of great food and awesome atmosphere. You'll find us next door to the Country Haven Inn, proud to support USD 244 activities.
Let's get you back to the field for more Wildcat action on 97.7 The Dog.
Welcome back to Wildcat football on the Dog. Rick, I heard that Diners Cafe ad, and boy, we are happy that they're our sponsors because, yes, they took care of our supper on the way over, didn't they?
Yes, they did. Just like always. Delicious sandwich and some cake that you would die for.
Hey, that cake just set us up fat and happy here before we got to the broadcast booth. And we're ready for the kickoff Opie Eagles downfield, kick to Hess at the 25-yard line. He's out to the 30, 35, and tripped up right there where the Wildcats will take over. 1st and 10 on the 35-yard line. Opie got that score on a 60-yard scoring drive, finishing off with a 25-yard TD pass to Smith in the end zone for the only score of that first half of play. Now it looks like Opie's calling a timeout on the field here before the Wildcats can get set for their first play after bringing the ball back out to the 35. They've got to go on the quick hit to get in with 32 seconds remaining in the halftime. A hard-fought battle. Both teams gaining a lot of yardage tonight, but sometimes being their own worst enemies. A couple of interceptions and a couple of fumbles. The Wildcats
Stop themselves.
Stop themselves. I couldn't find the right words, but that hits it.
That's just plain simple truth. They've shot themselves in the foot at least twice for sure.
A couple of key penalties, stopped drives for the Cats, and a couple of bad snaps from center that Jeffers could not handle and marked for a loss and the loss of downs. But the Wildcats, when the offense is clicking, they're moving on. But with 32 seconds left, we may see some big gun plays here as the speedy receiver Fiedler and Johnson are split to the right-hand side. On the near side, Nordstedt and Hawkins. Snap back, looking left, out to the corner. Nordstedt with the catch. That's going to be a 5-yard gain as the clock stops. Ran 5 seconds off, and they're back to the line quickly for the next series of plays. Set, and back in the shotgun is Jeffers again. He'll step up. Comes to the right-hand side now. 45, he's pushed out of bounds. That'll stop the clock. Ball down at the 49-yard line. A gain of 9 on the run by Connor Jeffers. Everyone has been covered up deep in the pattern, so Jeffers tucks and runs. 19 seconds. Cat set as the clock is set to run on the snap. Jeffers looks right-hand side. Now he'll cut up the middle. Penalty flag thrown in the backfield. That'll stop the clock and probably be whistled for a hold by the Wildcat line. Holding. It is indeed. The White Hat threw the flag and gave the signal for us. As the Wildcats will play it with the clock stopped. 12 seconds remaining before halftime now. They'll mark off a 10-yard infraction from that 43-yard line. Long field for the Wildcats. We can hear the play call coming in from the sideline directly underneath us here with Burlington on our near side. And the officials are trying to figure out exactly where the ball placement is going to go. As a timeout called on the field by the Wildcats here. They want to talk it over and make sure everyone communicates correctly to get in this play before the end of our halftime. We're going to keep it right here on the Dog. We're glad you could tune into us tonight. This short trip over to Opie tonight. Only the second time that the Wildcats have matched up with the Eagles. Last year getting a 20-7 victory on their home field. And that was the beginning of the second game of a 5-game win streak for the Cats last year as they got developed into the season. Again, we'll be on the road again next Friday night over at Osawatomie. Opie and Osawatomie, 0-0. And the Wildcats want to get a win on their side going on the road one more time before they can return home to Wildcat Field. Everybody back on the field. The officials have the play set. Not sure exactly on that penalty. They only moved it back to the 37-yard line. First down, Wildcats. Looking over the middle, Jeffers spins the pass a little bit behind Nordstad. That was been a tough catch as he had to turn back to his right, falling incomplete out at the 50-yard line here. And the Wildcats again will set up with a 2nd down and 20.
Yeah, ball was just thrown behind him. Almost
Hawkins on the near side. Fiedler far to the right. Now Jeffers tucks and goes up the middle, across the 45, out to the 47. And time has run out on the clock at the end of our first half of play. Fought to a defensive battle. The Opie Eagles get the score with 32 seconds left in the first half. And we'll go to the locker room with the Eagles up 7-0 over the Burlington Wildcats here on the road tonight. We'll take it back to the station and get a 3-minute timeout as we put together the stats from the first half, and we'll return at the halftime break. Eagles 7, Wildcats 0.
In life, there are people, places, and things known as exceptional. There is a place like that in Garnett, Kansas. Hi, this is Brian Steffens, and I'm talking about Beckman Motors. Everywhere you go, you'll see vehicles with the Beckman Motors name on them. We want to show you how exceptional we are. The next time you decide to buy a new Ford or Chevy or any pre-owned vehicle, do yourself a favor and come to Beckman Motors in Garnett and experience what it's like to buy a vehicle from exceptional people in an exceptional place. Beckman Motors on Highway 59 in Garnett, Kansas, selling new Fords and Chevrolets along with pre-owned vehicles for a long time and doing it exceptionally well every day.
Stop in at Hoover's Thriftway, your friendly hometown grocery store in Burlington. This week, chicken breast $1.49 a pound. Nor rice or pasta sides 99 cents. And a 3-pound bag of fresh Missouri Jonathan apples $1.99. Tony's Pizza 2 for $5. Pork sirloin chops $1.69 a pound. And Beth's Choice ice cream $3.99. And Farmland sausage 2 for $5. Hoover's Thriftway in Burlington. Sale ends September 26th.
If you've got just the right paint color in mind, don't settle for anything less. Head to Burlington Building Materials, located at 626 Neosho in Burlington, and experience a brand new paint department brought to you by Do It Best Quality Paints. Your home is your canvas, and whether you're looking for a functional neutral or a pop of the trending hue, the Colors Journeys experience at Burlington Building Materials has all the tools you need to help your vision come to life. Colors Journeys, your destination for inspiration.
Sports socks can be fashionable. Prescription Center, the pharmacy inside Hoover's Thriftway, has the Touch brand of compression socks. These combed cotton knee-high support socks offer a snug, stylish fit and feel luxuriously smooth against the skin. Sizes for men and women are available in timeless patterns and colors. Buy the softest compression socks on the market today at Prescription Center, 312 Cross Street. Prescription Center, the pharmacy inside Hoover's Thriftway, 620-364-5523.
A MyTown media station.
Rock and roll can save the world.
Classic rock. KSMP 97.7 Burlington.
The Flint Hills Classic Rock Station.
97.7 The Dawg.
That's not heavy metal music or the sound of a stray cat fight. It's your car's not-so-subtle way of saying head to Napa for new brake pads and rotors and get up to a $50 rebate by mail. So don't confuse for anything other than new brakes and $50 back by mail. That's Napa Know-How.
Napa Know-How. Napa Know-How.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores, offer expires May 31st, 2017.
Hi, this is Colin Sleazer with Alpha Roofing, LLC in Burlington. We specialize in residential and commercial roofing and have become one of the most respected roofing companies in Northeast Kansas. Customer service is our #1 priority, and knowing that your home or business is safe in our hands is what makes this licensed contractor your #1 choice. If it's a repair or an entire roof, we have the knowledge and skills to get the job done right. Stop in at 213 North 3rd Street, Burlington, or check out our website at www.alpharoofers.com. Alpha Roofing, your hometown roofing expert.
Ready to go?
Almost. Just have to stop at the bank, get a few money orders, to pay some bills.
Well, why don't you just write the checks yourself?
I can't.
Still? I thought you were back on your feet financially.
I am, but I never thought starting from square one would take this long.
For a second chance at a banking relationship, it's Central Time. Whatever the reason, life happens. You might have had a checking account that was overdrawn when it was closed. And finding a bank who will let you start with a clean slate can be a challenge. That's why Central National Bank offers New Opportunity Checking. Write checks, use a Visa check card, and enjoy free online banking and free ATM use at Central National Bank ATMs. Plus, you have a place to cash your checks. Ask about New Opportunity Checking from Central National Bank. It's money for life, the way we live today. Some restrictions and fees apply.
Central National Bank, money for life.
Member FDIC in your hometown since 1884.
We're kicking off the football season at Burlington Auto Supply with a full field of savings on your fall tune-ups. Autolite spark plugs at $1.99 and Wix filters at $2.95 will get your vehicles ready to hit the road as you follow the Cats to all their home and road games. Stop by for our Saturday specials following each Wildcat victory at Burlington Auto Supply, your bumper-to-bumper parts store on Neosho Street in Burlington. Let's go, Cats!
Let's get you back to the field for more Wildcat action on 97.7 The Dog.
Welcome back to Burlington Wildcat football tonight as the Cats go on the road to Opie to take on the Eagles. We've seen a lot of football up and down the field, but the scoreboard has been quiet until 17 seconds remaining in the first half when the Opie Eagles get the only score. They drive 61 yards in 7 plays. Takes up 3 minutes on the clock as they go in on a 25-yard touchdown pass from Holting to Smith. They lob it into the end zone, and Smith calls it in with those long arms. And the extra point kick is good, and we're at the half. The Opie Eagles leading 7-0 here in the contest. For the Wildcats, they had trouble adding up big numbers. Jeffers carried the ball 13 times for 62 yards. Tegan Hess carried twice for 10 yards, and 4 other rushers for the Wildcats in single digits. In the air, Jeffers connected on 3 of 4 passes for 63 yards. One of those to Cale Johnson, a 43-yard strike down the sideline. Hawkins collected a 15-yard pass and run, but at the end of that run, hit and fumbled the ball away back to the Opie Eagles as one of the turnovers that bit the Wildcats. Brandon Nordstadt collected a short 5-yard pass for the total on the ground for the Wildcats of yardage tonight in the first half, 163 yards, both in the air and on the ground. And the ground game not so productive for Opie either, but in the air, Holting at the quarterback spot connects on 9 of 13 for 135 yards with that one touchdown strike. His favorite receiver was Schmidt as he hauls in 5 passes for 85 yards and that final 25-yard TD strike to put the Eagles on the board as we go to the halftime break. Both teams in the locker room as we talk it over. Rick, we talked about it. Shoot yourself in the foot. You have trouble walking.
Yeah. Tonight, the Wildcats have definitely done that. 2 nice drives. One stopped by just penalties. Both of them really, and it's hard to take. But anyway, that's. They'll get things ironed out here at halftime, and I'm pretty sure they'll be back and get things rolling.
In the second quarter, the Wildcats had a drive that started back at about the 15, and that offensive line just dominated all the way out to the 40. But then, again, they were stopped by a turnover, and Opie got some momentum to go back up the other way, but it looked like maybe Opie was fading a little bit in this heat and humidity, and the Wildcats dominating, but could not turn that into pay dirt.
Right, we've had 2, I can't really say, well, maybe 1 bad snap, but a couple others that were back there, but we were running before we caught the ball. And like you said, we've best defensive player out there has been the Wildcats.
And the Wildcats on Wildcat tonight.
Yeah.
Well, Rick, every halftime, we like to talk about the senior leadership. 14 seniors on the Wildcat team. And who's on the list for the senior spotlight tonight?
Well, tonight we have Harrison Rohr. His parents are Doug and Shalana Rohr. He's known as Big H to his teammates, and at 6'2", 285 pounds, you can see why he's known as Big H. He wears the number 76. He plays tackle. Favorite football memory, he says, is the after-game fires at TJ's. Player that he's learned the most from is Levi Ish, and his favorite college team is the Kansas State Wildcats.
I kind of like that Big H guy.
Yeah. So there we have the spotlight on Harrison Rohr.
And we want to congratulate all the seniors on the Wildcat squad this year as they are going to wrap up their high school career. They put a lot of time and sweat and blood into that practice time. They work hard all during the week, and then Friday night it comes together right here where we can bring it to you on the Dawg. And we do have some updates on our scoreboard. Different folks who have texted in some scores to us. If you're at a game and want to let us know, we'll put it on the air. Just text that number to us at 364-9141 to update our scores, as Chris Skillman did from over at Waverly. Chris sent me news that at the halftime it's Waverly 40 and Melbourne 14 with the Bulldogs. Also down at Madison tonight, they've increased their lead 42-0 over Wetmore. Cherryvale is up 34-6 over Fredonia. Linden now in the lead 35-7 over West Franklin. Wellsville, they're on top of Prairie View 24-6. We saw both of those teams, and our pick was definitely Wellsville being the dominating team in that contest. Here's one that maybe brought a little surprise to me. Another Pioneer League score, Osawatomie 28, Anderson County 14 at halftime. Again, Osawatomie will be the opponent next week when we make travel to Osawatomie to Lynn-Dickey Field. Old Tri-Valley League opponent, Neoda Shea, is leading 14-0 over Erie. And close to home, it's Lebo 8, Pleasanton 6. A defensive struggle there tonight. Caney Valley leads Humboldt 14-0. Humboldt undefeated so far this season. And Opie gave Caney their one defeat. So Caney is coming through. They've got a home game tonight against Humboldt. Osage City, the team that got on top of Opie last week, is leading 20-0 over Council Grove. That score at the halftime also. So lots of football around the area tonight. Doesn't feel like a fall football night tonight with the heat and humidity that's tracking on through here in September. Sounds like that may come to an end next week, but right now they're playing it out right here on the field in the locker rooms, getting hydrated at the halftime break. Lots of activities going on at Burlington High School this weekend. Tomorrow morning, it's a Burlington Invitational Volleyball Tournament. That starts at 8:30. Burlington, Lebo, Waverly, Southern Coffee County, all in the Burlington Invitational. The Lady Cats are ranked number 4 in the state in Class 4A Division II in volleyball, as they have a great season going under their new head coach, and they look forward to carrying on this season all the way to the state tournament. Cross-country boys and girls are making a little road trip. I guess every road trip is a road trip, isn't it? It would be for you and I guess that's off-road to them, isn't it? But they're going up to Lawrence tomorrow to the infamous Rimrock Festival, one of the premier cross-country courses laid out near Lawrence, and every year it is the big deal for high school athletes to go to Rimrock to run. We may be able to get a chance to get Bart Kuhlman in and talk to us about that. Bart's been there a number of years and always proud of his cross-country athletes who go and compete at the Rimrock run, and that'll be tomorrow. So any of the cross-country runners that you see around town, let them know that they're doing their best to compete with high school runners from around the state and around the country who come into Rimrock. Also tomorrow, get up early and head to the high school. The sophomores are having a breakfast burrito feed. Go on up and get your day started with a few burritos, and then go over to the bus barn where you can drive one for your school. This is the 8th year that the Cromartie dealer in Burlington of Ford Motor Company is sponsoring the Drive One for Your School event. Ford Motor Company will donate $20 for each test drive that locals take of Ford products. Cromartie Ford, being the local sponsor, will have a group of new Ford vehicles that you can take out for a test drive along with one of their riders. They'll give you a little information about the vehicle if you like. Get a chance to drive it around. I know, Rick, you've been there every year to support this program.
Yeah, it's very painless. You go out, kind of fill out a sheet, pick the vehicle you want to ride in, drive it about 2.5, 4 miles, and get out and go home.
And no pressure. It's not a sales event. Nope. I don't know if they sell any cars at the deal, but I'll bet the contacts made make it worthwhile. But it really is a worthy program, too. The Burlington High School different group activities, as this being the 8th year, they are nearing every year they've met the maximum amount, 300 test drives, $20 a piece, and they have brought in nearly $50,000 to activities for Burlington High School participants. And that's one way that you can help the local high school is by being a driver at Drive One for Your School tomorrow from 8 till 3 o'clock. If you haven't made a reservation to drive at a time, just show up. They're going to find a car that needs a driver. They'll put you in, and away you go, and you're helping the school right there. And we, again, want to thank the folks over at Diners Cafe. They've been a sponsor of Burlington Wildcat Sports for a number of years, and they sponsor our road trips. We call it Meals on Wheels when they pack up a lunch to send on the road for us driving over to the events. They top themselves each week. This time we had to make sure we had an extra batch of napkins so we didn't make a mess of ourselves. That cake we looked like a kid on birthday day with cake on our face when we got out of the truck tonight. Looks like the two teams are back on the field, getting ready to get their warm-ups in before we have the kickoff. So we're going to go back to the station. We'll take a 1-minute timeout, and we'll return with Wildcat football as they trail the Eagles 7-0. But we get ready for the second half. Bobby, we're back in 1.
The Appliance Store in Burlington has a large selection of Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid appliances, along with Speed Clean washers and dryers, and is your headquarters for #1 voted Green Mountain Pellet Grills. The Appliance Store also has Oric vacuum cleaners, bags, parts, and service what they sell, with a great selection of appliance parts on hand. The Appliance Store at 602 South 4th Street in Burlington thanks you for supporting local business. And as a
Hi, kids. It's Timmy the Tooth. Have you been to see your dentist lately?
Visiting the dentist doesn't have to be that frightening. It's all about which dentist you choose. At the office of Rick Smith DDS in Gridley, they offer individual comfort care for all ages. From grandparents to grandchildren, you will receive a comfortable and pleasant process. Give Rick Smith DDS a call today at 620-836-2015.
Let's get you back to the field for more Wildcat action on 97.7 The Dawg.
Welcome back to Burlington Wildcat football on the Dawg. And our kickoff sponsor this year is Alpha Roofing. Colin Sleezer right there in Burlington. He's located at 213 North 3rd. We do more than roofing, says Colin. Just give Colin a call as the Wildcats will kick it off to start the second half of play. Kicked it down to the 1-yard line where Opie picks it up. Returns it up the left-hand side out to the 20-yard line on the return. They thought it was going to go into the end zone, but it just died about the 1-yard line. And Price picks it up, brings it out. Number 42, Heinrich, was the return man for Opie, where they'll take it over on the 22-yard line to start the second half of play.
Nordstedt comes down and makes a good open field tackle to wrap him up there at the 22.
1st and 10. Opie Eagles have one man to the left, one split to the right. Now they'll put a man stand up in the slot, goes in motion. Turn, handoff to the deep back up the middle, blast out across the 30-yard line to the 32-yard line as number 24, Justin Deeker, hits up for a 12-yard gain and another first down for the Eagles.
Yeah, Tegenhest and Nordstedt combined to bring him down, make the stop, but not until he gets first down yardage.
The ball out at the 34-yard line. Now set with quarterback in shotgun formation. Men split left and right. Snap back. And quarterback keeper up the middle follows that front blocker out to the 40-yard line. A gain of 6 by Holting on the carry. Had that defense spread out. And Holting just carries it right up the middle.
Yeah, Connor Jeffers at his middle linebacker spot wraps him up, pulls him down. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Ball marked at the 40-yard line now as Holting will go under center. He has 2 men behind him, fullback and a deep back. Turn and misdirection, but the Cats weren't fooled. They hit right at the line of scrimmage and thrown for a short loss that time, as it looked like he was going to go with the pitch to the left-hand side. Gives it to the running back carrying up the middle, and the Wildcats stayed right at home.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Nice stop by the Wildcat defensive line as they stayed at home. Didn't go with the moving pitch. They'll load the left side with 3 receivers split out to the left end. Quarterback in the shotgun motion, looks to the left, pulls it back in, makes a connection at the 50, down to the 45, wrapped up and tackled. Jacob Jasper with the tackle at the 42-yard line, but that's good for a 19-yard reception and first down yardage for the Eagles.
Yeah, he slipped over there to a slot on the left-hand side, which the lane was wide open to the receiver, threw a bullet right to him for the first down.
They'll mark the ball at the 41-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Again, wide receiver to the near side. Turn down the line, goes Holting, but the Wildcat line stays tight. Tackled by Nordstedt on the outside. No gain on that. Well, let's mark it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 1.
Yeah, Jacob Jasper comes across and stops him. It's kind of a scrum there.
1-yard gain for Holting as their offense is moving up the field. Just underway here in the second half of play, and the Eagles lead it 7-0. Holting back to pass, looks right-hand side, cuts across the middle, catch, and after the run across the 25, and tackled by a gang of Wildcats right there. Number 29 with the catch is Camden Holting. He's a 145-pound junior with sure hands, as he has been Big Brother Holting's favorite receiver here for the last 4 receptions. Another first down for the Eagles.
Again, it's just kind of a quick little slant on the inside there. He's got plenty of time, no pressure so far from the Wildcats, so he's unmolested when it comes to passing.
In the shotgun formation, 3 men on the right wing. Looks and hands off. Back up the middle they go, this time to Heinrich, his first carry of the second half, but he's hit by Whitworth. He'll make a short 1-yard gain up the left-hand side for Heinrich. As they shuffle in to play from the sideline. Ball marked down on the left hash mark for the Eagles. This possession started back at the 22, wasn't it? Back to pass. They look over the middle. Pressure in the middle. He has to tuck it and run. Gets by one defender, but back out to the 20-yard line. He's going to get a gain of 4 on the carry as the defense did a good job covering up the receivers on the downfield side. And Holting gets up a 4-yard gain there. Now they'll face a 3rd and 4. Ball just inside the 20-yard line here. They need to get to the 15.
And I would say this is probably 4-down territory if they don't get the first.
Holting back in shotgun formation. Has Heinrich beside him. Sets with those receivers, and they'll pitch to Heinrich Wright. Hit behind the line of scrimmage there by Shane Wright. Yep. Big monster man on the defensive end. He didn't get to the outside before Wright collars him for a loss of 2 on that pitch. And now they'll face a 4th and 6.
Yeah, Shane Wright was right there. He was unmolested, wrapped him up for the 2-yard loss. So we've got 6:15 and counting here in the third quarter. 7-0, Opie's favor.
Opie with the ball on the right hash mark has 2 receivers split to the right. Now they'll send 3 right, 2 left. Naked in the backfield. Holting back to pass. Looks left. He'll fire it down the middle. Defender goes, ball just past Johnson's hand, and a reception in the end zone for the touchdown. Eagles score on that was a 22-yard touchdown pass into the end zone. Eagles up, and they'll go for the extra point. Big reception as Cale Johnson went high to try to slap it away in the end zone. Got through his hands, and that was Coburn Holting with the catch, number 18. His second TD of the night. 22 yards on the reception. And they'll go for the extra point kick with the snow. Wildcats jumped offside before the snap. So they're going to move the marker. They'll move the ball forward half the distance to the goal line. And that will be, it'll be extra point from the 1.5-yard line. Now over 100 yards receiving for Holting. 107 on the mark there. They're going to go for 2 now as they move that ball forward. Under center with the... He moved. And it looks like another flag flown, a procedure penalty against Opie. Wildcats penalty cost them half the distance forward. This will send 5 yards back, move it out to the 7-yard line, where Opie may change their mind now and go with the extra point kick again. Number 12 into the lineups, number 32, Chance Rediker, made his first extra point attempt. He'll set this time. Snap is back, and it's blocked in the line. Wildcats hold on that extra point. as Opie takes a 13-0 lead here with 5:51 remaining in the third quarter. We're going to take it back to the station, and we'll be back with Wildcat football on the Dog.
You're in a hurry and your car won't start. And you need a jump. Or how about the time you locked your keys in the car? Or the time you hit that deer and smashed in the front end of your car? Or maybe you just need something hauled and you don't have a truck. Maybe you just need a tire changed. Call Jeff's Towing and Recovery, AAA provider at 785-213-1669. That's 785-213-1669. And remember, it's your choice who tows your vehicle.
Does fall weather make you dream of a new home? How about that remodeling project, such as a garage or room addition? Whatever your dreams are made of, First National Bank of Kansas has many favorable options for you. From refinancing to building projects, rates are still low, so why not check them out? See Paul and Kathy in Osage City, Chris and Craig in Waverly, or Donna and Craig in Burlington. First National Bank of Kansas, where dreams come true. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Let's get you back to the field for more Wildcat action on 97.7 The Dog.
Welcome back to Wildcat football here on the Dog as the Opie Eagles go in for the score. And on the kickoff, here comes number 24, Payne, up the field across the 45-yard line. He's knocked out at the 41. Jaden Payne took it back at the 22-yard line, cut across the field, and rolled out of bounds here in front of his home team after a big, big return, giving the Wildcats the best starting field position of the night across the 50-yard line out to the 41, and the Wildcats will take over. Yeah, Wildcats stacked hard to the right-hand side. Jeffers in the backfield with the snap, follows. Up front he goes across the 40-yard line, falls forward out to the 38. That's going to be a gain of 3 for Connor Jeffers on that run.
And hopefully this good return will fire the Wildcats up and get them motivated to march this down the field without any errors.
First carry of the second half for Jeffers. Snap back, they'll go. Jeffers on the right-hand side follows his blockers. Keeps those legs moving up the field out to the 36-yard line on that carry. Another gain of 2 for the Cats. Brings up second down and 5. Wildcats need to put this drive together here to start this second half of play. In the slot to the right is Jeffers. He'll follow him to the right-hand side with the block across the 35, down to the 30. He slips down to the 28-yard line. A gain of 8, and that is first down, Wildcats.
Now, again, he was real patient in the middle of the field there. Just kind of slipped and sliding, finally found a gap, and shot up there for the first down.
Play coming in from the sideline by Cale Johnson as he'll take his position in the right-hand slot alongside Tucker Whitworth. Jeffers and Hess in the backfield with the snap. Handoff to Hess, goes right, bounces off a defender, but there were too many yellow and greens coming after him, and Hess is thrown for a loss of 5 on that carry. Just could not get a good line push across that line, and everybody moving backwards.
Yeah, the Eagles had good pursuit and were able to slip in behind him and pull him down for a loss. That's going to bring up second and about 14, I believe.
Ball placed down at the 34-yard line here with 3:34 remaining in the third quarter. Cats trailing 13-0. Snap back Jeffers. Slips into the gap, goes across the 30 down to the 26-yard line. Well, he's going to be marked at the 27-yard line, it looks like. A gain of 8 on the carry, so the Wildcats will be looking at a third down and 8 from the ball there on the 28. Okay, there's 8s all around us.
Yes.
Fiedler on the left wing. Big block. Got it back in the side. Jeffers' defender got a hold of him by the shirt and would not let go. Jeffers' feet come out from underneath him, but a gain of, looks like 3 yards on the carry.
Yeah.
Still going to be the Cats facing a 4th and 6 here. Ball marked down at the 27. Offensive line is going to be called on now to burst forward right here. Jeffers in the backfield along with Tegan Hess. They'll swing right back to pass. Jeffers looks over the middle, finds Hawkins. He breaks away. Oh, man, he's rumbling. 15. Just keeps rumbling on down inside the 10-yard line. He earned all of that himself after catching it in traffic. Jacob Hawkins takes the ball down to the 8-yard line for a Wildcat first down and goal.
He ran over a couple of people and hauled about 3 along with him before he went down. I like seeing big guys like rumble.
He was the locomotive going downfield. His second pass reception of the night. And the Wildcats run into the line. Everybody pushing down that line before the whistle finally blows. That looked like the rookie scrum right there as nobody went down. We're going to have to figure out where they're going to make the mark on that carry. I don't know if they moved the marker on the side.
Yeah, they did. It's going to be second and goal at the 5, so they moved it up. 3-yard gain because it was on the 8.
All righty, it is touching the 5-yard line now. Wildcats offense loaded to the right-hand side. Snap back goes to Jeffers. He cuts up the middle, keeps those legs pounding. He's leaning forward before being thrown back. Tough mark down there. Looks like down to about the 3-yard line, perhaps.
Yeah, I would say, 3 or 4.
Those officials, we've got as bad an angle as you can have from getting a 50-yard line seat here at the game. We're watching for those hands to shoot in the air for a touchdown as the Wildcats want to get on the board here as we close near the end of our third quarter of action. Snap back. And Jeffers escapes, goes to the right-hand side. Misses one man. Is he in? No. The official says he's down before he could get stretched across the goal line there. It was one-on-one and an open field tackle tripped up Connor Jeffers before he could get in for the score. So the Wildcats, 4th and goal, ball at the 1. And Coach Petrie calling a timeout to stop the clock here with 9 seconds remaining in the third quarter. They're going to talk it over and get everybody on the right page. We'll take it back to the station and return after this 1-minute timeout. The Wildcats on the brink of scoring when we return.
Now's a great time to get excited about getting a new Samsung Galaxy S8.
Why?
Because US Cellular has it for just $15 a month.
Yay!
Yup, just $15.
Woo! Okay, I'm done.
All with a stronger signal in the middle of anywhere.
Credit approval, device protection plus, new line port-in, and qualifying phone turn-in required. Comes via monthly bill credit of $627 on a 30-month installment plan plus a $100 US Cellular promo card. Additional terms apply.
Life Care Center Burlington offers all the comforts of home as well as added luxuries, including a beauty and barber salon, specialized fine dining program, courtyard and gardening area, and is conveniently located near shopping, retirement communities, and other medical community resources. Life Care also provides in- and outpatient rehabilitation services for all ages. Their licensed staff offers 24-hour skilled nursing. Stop by and visit the Life Care Center of Burlington today, located at 601 Cross Street.
Let's get you back to the field for more Wildcat action on 97.7 The Dog.
Welcome back. We're up here in the Crow's Nest watching the ball game tonight, and the Wildcats facing a 4th and 1 into the goal line to get their first score of the night. Coach Petrie calling a timeout here with 9 seconds left in the third quarter of play. Wildcats have driven downfield after a great kickoff return. They brought it out to the 41-yard line, kept that drive alive downfield, and they've got 1 yard to go to get in for the score. Everybody on their feet on the Burlington sidelines, encouraging their young team on as Jeffers goes under center. Quick snap. They push from the backside. It looks like the wall moved. Where's that official going to mark it at? He says no. And the officials from both sides kept their hands down, waited until the pile unpiled there, and they say no score. The Eagles hold at the 1 yard line, and the Wildcats turn the ball over on downs. Big defensive stop there by the Opie Eagles with their back to the wall. That'll bring the Wildcats onto the field, and now they're charged with keeping Opie backed up to the goal line. They've got to bring some intensity right now. Quarterback under center, ready for the snap. Turn, handoff on the right-hand side, breaks it to the right, and rolled out of bounds on the tackle by the Wildcats. But after the play, the flags fly on the sideline out to the 16-yard line with the run. That time by number 42 with the carry is Heinrich. Everybody was stacked inside close for the defense, and when he popped to the outside, it was running on the side, but the officials are talking over this flag at the end of the penalty, a personal foul. The Burlington Wildcats after the play, and that will add 15 yards to that end of the run. Heinrich made a big bolt to the outside on that carry. A good job, and after he was rolled out of bounds on the sideline, the flag started flying. So that is the end of the third quarter of play here with the Opie Eagles leading 13-0. We're going to take it back to the station for a 1-minute timeout here on the Dog.
Trust Point Insurance is truly an independent insurance agency. They have the unique ability to shop the marketplace for the insurance company that provides the best protection at the most competitive price and has the ability to write with over 30 different companies. Trust Point Insurance offices are located at 800 North 4th Street in Burlington and 902 Commercial Street in Emporia. Stop in or call today to set up a time that is convenient for you to discuss your auto, home, farm, business, crop, and life insurance, or visit them online at trustpointinsurance.net.
At Diners Cafe, 1020 North 2nd Street, Burlington, it's all about you, our customer. The staff loves what they do with a desire to provide outstanding service, serve up your order freshly made with wholesome ingredients, and do it in a clean and comfortable setting. Check out our Facebook page for our specials of the day and latest happenings. Diners Cafe, home of great food and awesome atmosphere. You'll find us next door to the Country Haven Inn, proud to support USD 244 activities.
Let's get you back to the field for more Wildcat action on 97.7 The Dog.
We're back with Burlington Wildcat football on the Dog. Cats on the road tonight to Opie. As we start the fourth quarter of play, Opie Eagles lead it 13-0. They have possession after stopping the Wildcats on a 1 yard or fourth and goal from the one. They stopped the Cats. And now with the possession, they're at the 31. Heard that Diners Cafe ad again, and I'm getting ready for a little after-game snack, Rick.
Yes.
We didn't keep anything back, did we, or did we?
We've got a few chips left is about it.
There might be a little left in the bag, but that's pretty tempting anytime that we open up that Diners Cafe meal on wheels. They take care of us right there. That run stopped for a short gain out to the 37-yard line. Eagles will be facing a 3rd and 5. They'll send receiver far to the left-hand side, also far to the right, in front of their home bench. Under center, Holting with the quarterback. On the snap, He'll keep it himself, turns up field, but caught in the backfield. Wildcat defense. Shane Wright and who else was in on Connor? Backsuppers. Connor put the hit in the backfield, sends him for a loss. Well, they give it back up across the 35 to the 36-yard line, but they'll face a 4th down and 6 here as the Wildcats get a chance to make this stop after Opie had possession, and a big play on their first down play. Totaled about 30 yards when they added the penalty, but 4th down, they're going to go in punt formation, and the Wildcats back to return. High snap. Cats get in some pressure, but can't get the block in. Punt is down at the 40. It's rolling inside the 35 and will be touched down at the 32-yard line where the Wildcats will take possession. Offense has got to get fired up and get on the board here with this possession as we have 9:39 remaining in the contest, trailing 13-0 to the Opie Eagles on their home field. Wildcats need one big score right here to get back into the contest. Jeffers in the backfield for the Cats. Snap back. Goes to the left-hand side across the 32, 35-yard line. Taken down on the carry, a gain of 3 on first down for Connor Jeffers.
Going to have to start airing it out a little bit here if we want to kind of get back in the game, is my opinion.
They haven't used Fiedler for a reception yet this evening, the big 6'5" senior. They sweep it to the right side. And Jeffers cuts back in, but loses his footing there at the 30-yard line, falls forward to the 32. Going to lose a yard back to the original line of scrimmage. Good defensive pursuit that time by the Eagles as Jeffers was trying to find a gap upfield, but with losing his footing, it didn't happen at all. So they'll face a 3rd and 10 now, ball at the 32. They'll come to the right side. Jeffers back to pass. Going to air it way down. Over him. Pair of receivers. Everybody diving for it, but over the outstretched hands of Garrison Fiedler. He could not get loose from his defender. Schmidt was covering him up downfield, and the ball falls incomplete. The Wildcats will face 4th and 10 here. That is the first time they've tried to go upfield to Fiedler.
Well, since the first quarter.
Yeah, and they wanted it all with that one. Cats ready on the snap. Back to Jeffers. He's forced out of the pocket, comes right. Thrown downfield, but the ball broke up as he had Fiedler at the 50-yard line. But Holting got a hand up in it and deflected that pass away. The Cats will turn the ball over on downs at the 32-yard line. Connor had a lot of open field.
So he should have really tucked it and ran because I don't think he would have got the first down. I see Damon Schmidt over there on the sideline getting stretched out. Apparently he's cramping up, so they're without Schmidt.
He was their big receiver in the first half along with Holting. As Opie will take over at the 32-yard line. Quarterback Holting under center. Turns. Now tackled in the backfield. That was a broken play there. Looks like the slot back had turned it, spun the wrong direction, wasn't there for the handoff. Holting taking down for the loss on the play of 3 yards back out to the 35. And now Eagles will be facing 2nd down and 13. Clock is on their side now with 8:18 remaining in this fourth quarter of action. With a 13-0 lead, the Opie Eagles have possession. 3 men in the backfield now for Opie. power I. They hand it off to Deeker. He's hit it on scrimmage. Nice job by Shane Wright. I know they don't teach you to arm tackle, but he can do it.
Yeah, he's got some trunks on him for arms there. He reached out, just wrapped him up, pulled him down.
That was a big, big hit there. Back at the line of scrimmage, so no gain on the carry. They'll see a 3rd down and 13 again. Ball placed directly on the hash mark at the 35-yard line. They'll come with that 3-back power I one more time. Quarterback under center. Turn, keeps it himself, pursued from the backside. He gets the ball off, but thrown over the intended receiver, holding on the far sideline there as he was getting pressured by Tegan Hess for the Wildcats, releasing that pass with a little too much oomph. And now we'll see a 4th and 13 with the ball placed down at the 35. Not sure that they'll punt from that position. They want to just go ahead and get a run on that ball. But it does look like Deeker is back in punt formation. He's a quick back, though. You got to watch for fake. Now's the time that something could happen. With the snap back they go. Deeker gets off the punt from the 45-yard line, pooches it downfield, bounces out of the 15, and dies right there. Nice little punt to push that ball 20 yards more up the field, where the Cats will take over with 7:01 remaining in the contest. They trail Opie 13-0. Cats have got to go into fast mode here as they need a couple of scores to get a chance to get back on top. Receivers, left and right. They'll hand it off on the left side. Number 23, Tucker Whitworth, ahead to the 32-yard line on the carry. That's going to be a 12-yard gain and 1st down Wildcats. Tuck Whitworth, his 2nd carry of the night. Back to the line quickly come the Cats. But Jeffers has trouble holding on to the snap, and he's covered up back at the 17-yard line. Loss on the play of 9 yards.
And there's really nothing wrong with the snap. He's just running or passing before he ever catches the ball. He's not watching it right into his hand.
That's right. He hasn't had concentration on that snap anytime it gets loose. This time back, he looks to pass over the middle. There it is. Pulls it back in, getting forced out of the pocket. Reverses field. He's got some. No! If he can look downfield, gets rid of it. A lot up, but picked off by the Opie Eagle at the 43-yard line. Number 23 with the pick for Opie, as that duck was just flying out there. Number 23, Caden Rediker, read that pass on his defense downfield, came back to the ball, and picks it for the Eagles. They'll take it at the 36-yard line. Jeffers facing tons of pressure, escaped from a couple of rushes there, and made the decision to put it in the air. Had a couple of intended receivers downfield, but just could not get enough gump behind it. And that ball is turned over to Opie. Quarterback in the shotgun formation, looking at receivers on the left-hand side. Up the middle, handed off right up the middle. Heinrich with the carry. Goes out across the 35-yard line to the 34. A gain of 2 on that carry for Heinrich.
And now it's just simply, they've got the ball, the clock, and now it's just milk the clock for all they can get.
5:47 on that clock. As they'll run it off, 30 seconds on each possession here. Official winds it up. Play call coming in from the far sideline here. Opie coach Chris Smith sending in every play from the sideline for the Eagles. 2 receivers on the near side closest to us as quarterback goes under center. Bolting turns, hands off. Deeker with the carry out to the 30-yard line. Tackled by Tucker Whitworth there. A gain of 5 on the carry down to the 30-yard line. Brings up 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, Tucker Whitworth comes up and wraps him up. Otherwise, he's probably gone. We've got 5 minutes and ticking here in the 4th quarter, and Opie has the ball on the 30-yard line, 3rd and 4 to go.
Cats need a big stop in the backfield here as Holting will go under center. He's got 2 men in the back behind him. Linebackers up close. He'll go down the line, turns it upfield, gets across 30, 25, and hit down with a flag thrown at the end of the play here. And another flag thrown by a second official in the backfield. This may be interesting as they'll have 2 opportunities. They look to be distinctly different penalties. White Hat is going in to talk to both officials. Looks like one of those may have been a chop block signal that we saw from up above. So we'll have to see one flag down at the 21, the other at the 30-yard line here. That is a chop block penalty on Opie. There's a personal foul whistled against the Wildcats at the end of the play. So those 2 will wipe each other out. We're going to come back, set the ball at the 31-yard line. Same down, 3rd down and 5. Eagle ball. 4:43 on the clock, and the Eagles leading at 13-0. All that did was take some time off the clock.
Yeah, well, hope he's fine with that, I'm sure.
They'll bring it back to the line, try to keep this drive moving and that clock moving for the Eagles as Holting goes under center with wide receivers both left and right. Turn and trap. Hit in the backfield, but escapes. Heinrich comes to the out-of-bounds marker. He's tackled down at the 27-yard line. I think he's going to be short of first down yardage here. But with 4th and short, the Eagles want to keep that clock moving here. They'll have an opportunity with 3:45 remaining here in the contest. Coach Schmidt on the far sideline, talking to the official. As the clock continues to run, he's going to run it down until his 30 seconds are up and then call a timeout before the end of this possession right here. Clock management by the official as he'll call his team to the sideline, and we'll go back to the station with the Wildcats trailing 13-0. 3:20 remaining in the contest. It's Wildcat football on the Dog.
In life, there are people, places, and things known as exceptional. There is a place like that in Garnett, Kansas. Hi, this is Brian Steffens, and I'm talking about Beckman Motors. Everywhere you go, you'll see vehicles with the Beckman Motors name on them. We want to show you how exceptional we are. The next time you decide to buy a new Ford or Chevy or any pre-owned vehicle, do yourself a favor and come to Beckman Motors in Garnett and experience what it's like to buy a vehicle from exceptional people in an exceptional place. Beckman Motors on Highway 59 in Garnett, Kansas, selling new Fords and Chevrolets along with pre-owned vehicles for a long, long time and doing it exceptionally well every day.
Stop in at Hoover's Thriftway, your friendly hometown grocery store in Burlington. This week, chicken breast $1.49 a pound. Nor rice or pasta sides 99 cents. And a 3-pound bag of fresh Missouri Jonathan apples $1.99. Tony's Pizza 2 for $5. Pork sirloin chops $1.69 a pound. And Beth's Choice ice cream $3.99. And Farmland sausage 2 for $5. Hoover's Thriftway in Burlington. Sale ends September 26th.
Let's get you back to the field for more Wildcat action on 97.7 The Dog.
We are back with Burlington Wildcat football on the Dog. It's been an ugly game. Offense has not been the king here tonight, and the Opie Eagles want to keep this drive alive. They got it. 4th and 1. They call a quick hitter forward. Did the Wildcats get the stop? They've got to see where that ball's going to be placed down if they can get possession back here. As the Wildcats defense standing tall. Now with the official mark, and it is first down, Eagle ball. They get the first down with 3:13 remaining on the clock and keep the drive alive.
Score 0-13 in Opie's favor.
And we haven't had any updates recently on other scores around the area. We did get an update on Prairie View and Wellsville with that Wellsville 24-6 lead over Prairie View. But back here, it's Opie with the pitch. They go to Deeker to the outside, cuts it up, and hit hard. We've got a penalty flag thrown at the end of that play. That would look like probably a holding penalty on the blocker going to the outside. That'll bring back a good carry by Deeker, but it'll be marked from the point of infraction. Officials talking it over with the Burlington captain on the field at the time, showing him where that mark-off will be. Flag laying at the 30-yard line. Well, now he moves it up and says it was at the 27 where the infraction. So a holding mark-off of 10 yards brings the ball all the way back out to the 37-yard line. And Opie will see a first down and 20. Well, about 22 yards from the mark now with 2:45 remaining. Cats need a turnover right here. Strip that ball on the defensive side and get it back in hand so they can put some points on the board. Holting comes up under center for the QB. Two men in the backfield. Man in motion comes near side. They'll sweep to the left, but Holding turns it back up the middle, drew the defense down the line and found a gap. And the Wildcats call a timeout here to stop the clock with 2:20 in the contest. It'll be second down and 20 for the Eagles when we return here to Wildcat football on the Dawg.
If you've got just the right paint color in mind, don't settle for anything less. Head to Burlington Building Materials, located at 626 Neosho in Burlington, and experience a brand new paint department brought to you by Do It Best Quality Paints. Your home is your canvas, and whether you're looking for a functional neutral or a pop of the trending hue, the Colors Journeys experience at Burlington Building Materials has all the tools you need to help your vision come to life. Colors Journeys, your destination for inspiration.
Sports socks can be fashionable. Prescription Center, the pharmacy inside Hooper Thriftway, has the Touch brand of compression socks. These combed cotton knee-high support socks offer a snug, stylish fit and feel luxuriously smooth against the skin. Sizes for men and women are available in timeless patterns and colors. Buy the softest compression socks on the market today at Prescription Center, 312 Cross Street. Prescription Center, the pharmacy inside Hooper Thriftway, 620-364-5523.
A MyTown media station.
Rock and roll can save the world.
Classic rock. KSMP 97.7 Burlington. The Flint Hills Classic Rock Station. 97.7 The Dawg. Let's get you back to the field for more Wildcat action on 97.7 The Dawg.
Welcome back here to Wildcat football on the Dawg. The Cats trying to get that ball back in their possession, but the Opie Eagles keeping the ball on the ground face a third down and 20. Holding hit right in the middle of the line. A short 1-yard gain on that carry as we go down to the 2-minute mark here. Wildcats want to hold and get the ball back in hand as the official on the near side turns and looks at Coach Petrie. Probably let one more play run off here before he would call another timeout. as they're going to milk the clock on the far sideline as far down as they can go before they call this next play in. Opie's played a good possession game, gave it up a couple of times, one on an interception into the end zone, thwarted their scoring drive in that first half of play. The Cats defense got up and picked the ball, but they have controlled their destiny the rest of the night out. Holting with the pitch right side to Deeker. He's across the 30-yard line. Hit hard by the Wildcat defense. And a timeout called there by the Cats at the end of the play. It's going to set a 4th down and 13 when play begins again. But we're going to keep it right here at the field tonight. And we want to remind you of all the sponsors of Burlington Wildcat football. Alpha Roofing in Burlington, Beckman Motors, Burlington Building Materials, also Burlington Auto Supply, Central National Bank, Diners Cafe, First National Bank, and Hoover's, Caldwell Auto, Jeff's Towing, Life Care Center, the Prescription Center, Rick Smith, DDS, the Appliance Store, Trust Point Insurance, and U.S. Cellular. We also want to remind you that Alpha Roofing, our kickoff sponsor, Colin Sleazer, right here in Burlington. He's located at 213 North 3rd. Says, we do more than roofing. Just give Colin a call. And our scoring drive recap. Not much scoring this night for Rick Smith, our local sponsor, dentistry in Ridley, Kansas. Give Rick a call, and he will smile upon you. We're back with Wildcat football as the Cats stop the Eagles and force them to a 4th and 12. Cats can get a turnover here on downs or strip that ball and get it back in hand. Holting back to pass, looks over the middle, now goes right-hand side, lobs it high up, and the Wildcats defender taps it away. That time we had Fiedler, the big 6'5 senior, goes up and slaps that ball away for the Cats, and they'll take over possession on the 27-yard line. A minute 25 remaining here on the field at Opie tonight. Fiedler in the wide receiver position. Johnson inside in the slot. They look to the right-hand side. Fiedler with the completion at the 35, at the 40, at the 45, and out of bounds at the 47-yard line on that completion and run upfield by Garrison Fiedler. First reception of the night for Garrison as he sets on the near side again. Jeffers in the shotgun formation, back to pass, looks right hand. There he is, looks straight over the middle. Fiedler, the ball through his hands, and after the play, we've got a flag thrown down. That may be a personal foul.
That's probably taunting, I'm guessing.
On the ground, and the Opie defender looks, what's that word, incredulous. What the heck did I do? But the officials are talking it over here as that penalty would be marked off by the white hat as he takes his information from the official who threw the flag for him. And that's
offsetting penalties.
Offsetting penalties then. We'll replay the down. It looks like both people involved were guilty of infractions. So the incomplete pass delegated first down for the Wildcats at the 46-yard line. Back to snap, and Jeffers will take it in the backfield. Steps up, goes to the left-hand side. Now fires it over the middle to Hawkins. Makes a juggling catch. Gets out of bounds on the near sideline across the 40-yard line with the reception for Jacob Hawkins. That's going to be good for a 13-yard reception down the right sideline.
I wonder if he juggles for a hobby in his spare time.
He better take that up because he does a heck of a job out on the field.
There was
Jeffers back to pass. Goes to the left-hand side. Has a man wide open. And out of bounds is Nordstadt with the reception down to the 25-yard line. He steps out with 50 seconds remaining. Move that ball upfield. The Cats are ready to go again. Johnson and Fiedler on the near side. They'll move the chains down the far sideline. Jeffers in the backfield along with Tucker Whitworth. Set for the snap. Now Jeffers goes right up the middle with the carry all the way down to the 15-yard line, and he is tackled down. They got to get up and get going moving. I think they're out of timeouts. The clock at 39 seconds.
Nothing else.
They'll stop it as they move the chains on the far sideline. Set for the snap. Back to Jeffers. He looks down to the end zone. And a reception to Nordstadt. A pass from out at the 15-yard line is good for a Wildcat touchdown with 31 seconds remaining on the clock. Wildcats get on the board. Connor Jeffers to Brandon Nordstadt up for the TD.
Well, they should have been doing this about a quarter ago. Too late.
They'll set the ball for a 2-point conversion now. First score of the night for the Wildcats as they narrow it to a 13-6 margin, but 31 seconds remain on the clock. Set for the extra point attempt. Hess and Jeffers in the backfield for the Wildcats. Snap goes to Jeffers on the right side. Rollout, puts it into the hands of Fiedler. 2-point conversion. Wildcats is good. A 13-8 margin. The Wildcats score with 31 seconds remaining. We'll take a 1-minute timeout and return with Wildcat football on the Dog.
That's not heavy metal music or the sound of a stray cat fight. It's your car's not so subtle way of saying head to Napa for new brake pads and rotors and get up to a $50 rebate by mail. So don't confuse for anything other than new brakes and $50 back by mail. That's Napa Know-How.
Napa Know-How. Napa Know-How.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores, offer expires May 31st, 2017.
Hi, this is Colin Sleazer with Alpha Roofing, LLC in Burlington. We specialize in residential and commercial roofing and have become one of the most respected roofing companies in Northeast Kansas. Customer service is our #1 priority, and knowing that your home or business is safe in our hands is what makes this licensed contractor your #1 choice. If it's a repair or an entire roof, we have the knowledge and skills to get the job done right. Stop in at 213 North 3rd Street, Burlington, or check out our website at www.alpharoofers.com. Alpha Roofing, your hometown roofing expert.
Let's get you back to the field for more Wildcat action on 97.7 The Dog.
Welcome back to Burlington Wildcat football here on the Dog as the Wildcats making a trip to Opie tonight. Opie controlled the tempo of the game, got the scores when they needed to, took a 13-0 lead all the way down to 31 seconds remaining in the contest, and the Wildcats toss a 15-yard scoring pass from Connor Jeffers to Brandon Nordstadt in the end zone, a 2-point conversion, and we're at 13-8 on the Wildcats kickoff. Onside kick goes down into the 25-yard line where the Opie Eagles will recover. Jeffers trying to kick and bounce it off one of the front row up men. Didn't hit the spot. And the Opie Eagles cover the ball at the 28-yard line. Cats out of timeouts here, will not have a way to stop the clock. And the Eagles will have a chance. Jay will run out the clock and get the victory right here. Everybody in tight. One snap to the quarterback now. With a snap and a knee down. Now they'll let the clock run here. That'll be the last play of the contest as the Opie Eagles will take the victory at home tonight, 13-8 over the Burlington Wildcats. A hard-fought contest on the game, a 5-point margin, and it is Eagle victory tonight against the Burlington Wildcats. We're going to get our stats together from tonight's game. We'll take a 3-minute timeout, and we'll return with Wildcat football on the Dawg.
We're kicking off the football season at Burlington Auto Supply with a full field of savings on your fall tune-ups. Autolite spark plugs at $1.99 and Wix filters at $2.95 will get your vehicles ready to hit the road as you follow the Cats to all their home and road games. Stop by for our Saturday specials following each Wildcat victory at Burlington Auto Supply, your bumper-to-bumper parts store on Neosho Street in Burlington. Let's go, Cats!
Ready to go?
Almost. You just have to stop at the bank, get a few money orders, to pay some bills.
Well, why don't you just write the checks yourself?
I can't.
Still? I thought you were back on your feet financially.
I am, but I never thought starting from square one would take this long.
For a second chance at a banking relationship, it's Central Time. Whatever the reason, life happens. You might have had a checking account that was overdrawn when it was closed. And finding a bank who will let you start with a clean slate can be a challenge. That's why Central National Bank offers New Opportunity Checking. Write checks, use a Visa check card, and enjoy free online banking and free ATM use at Central National Bank ATMs. Plus, you have a place to cash your checks. Ask about New Opportunity Checking from Central National Bank. It's money for life, the way we live today. Some restrictions and fees apply.
Central National Bank, money for life.
Member FDIC in your hometown since 1884.
The Appliance Store in Burlington has a large selection of Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid appliances, along with Speed Clean washers and dryers, and is your headquarters for #1 voted Green Mountain pellet grills. The Appliance Store also has Oric vacuum cleaners, bags, parts, and surface what they sell, with a great selection of appliance parts on hand. The Appliance Store at 602 South 4th Street in Burlington thanks you for supporting local business and is a proud supporter of local athletics.
Hi, kids. It's Timmy the Tooth. Have you been to see your dentist lately?
Visiting the dentist doesn't have to be that frightening. It's all about which dentist you choose. At the office of Rick Smith DDS in Gridley, they offer individual comfort care for all ages. From grandparents to grandchildren, you will receive a comfortable and pleasant process. Give Rick Smith DDS a call today at 620-836-2015.
You're in a hurry and your car won't start. And you need a jump. Or how about the time you locked your keys in the car? Or the time you hit that deer and smashed in the front end of your car? Or maybe you just need something hauled and you don't have a truck. Maybe you just need a tire changed. Call Jeff's Towing and Recovery, AAA provider at 785-213-1669. That's 785-213-1669. And remember, it's your choice who tows your vehicle.
Does fall weather make you dream of a new home? How about that remodeling project, such as a garage or room addition? Whatever your dreams are made of, First National Bank of Kansas has many favorable options for you. From refinancing to building projects, rates are still low, so why not check them out? See Paul and Kathy in Osage City, Chris and Craig in Waverly, or Donna and Craig in Burlington. First National Bank of Kansas, where dreams come true. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Let's get you back to the field for more Wildcat action on 97.7 The Dawg.
Burlington Wildcats on the road tonight to Opie, Kansas to take on the Eagles. And the Eagles defend their home turf, take a victory 13-8 over the Wildcats in a hard-fought game up and down this field. And the Wildcats not giving up at the very end, scoring with 31 seconds remaining on the clock, as they did not throw in the towel but kept moving on down the line. The Eagles in that second quarter took a 61-yard drive to the house on a 25-yard touchdown pass from Holting to Smith, and at the halftime break they led it 7-0. In the third quarter, they drive 78 yards on 10 plays, finishing off with a 22-yard pass, this time from Holting to Smith. The extra point kick failed, and it was a 13-0 lead with 5:50 left in the third quarter. Fourth quarter, they traded possessions back and forth. Again, miscues by the Cats would kill a couple of drives until late in the fourth quarter. On a drive downfield, they finish it off with a touchdown pass from Connor Jeffers to Brandon Nordstad, 15 yards into the end zone. Extra point pass from Jeffers to Fiedler narrows that gap to 13-8. An onside kick attempt. Then the Cats could not recover the loose ball. Opie runs out the clock and take the victory, 13-8. Jeffers ran the ball 21 times for 90 yards. In the air, he was 8 of 12. That last drive, getting into the end zone on that 25 or 15-yard completion to Nordstad. The only touchdown of the night was Jeffers to Nordstad for the Wildcats. On the Eagles side, Holting at quarterback finished the night 13 of 19 with 180 yards. Both touchdowns, his receiver Smith making those catches in the end zone, and Smith goes over the century mark with 102 yards on 6 catches tonight for the OP Eagles. Rick, the Cats played hard, but mistakes were the costly devil.
Yeah, it was.
Tonight.
It was mistakes that just stopped some good drives where they could have easily scored. Like I said earlier in the ball game, that best defense on the field was against us was ourselves. And then we were down and showed what we can do if we throw the ball. Maybe we ought to, throw it a little more. But came up short tonight, so we'll go back, take a look at the film, see what we can improve on, and head out next week.
Get a chance to go on the road back to a Pioneer League foe as we'll travel to Osawatomie next Friday night. Our report at the halftime was Osawatomie on top of Anderson County 28-14 in that contest. And we do have an update of, no, that stays the same, 28-14. We didn't have an update even after the half break for that game. We did have a update here from Waverly. Chris Skillman texting in that the Waverly Bulldogs 70, Melbourne 22, and that is final tonight for those two teams. So we're going to wrap it up, get a call in to the Kansas High School Scoreboard Show from our contest tonight. You can listen in on 97.7 The Dog to the High School Scoreboard Show and all the scores around the state at 10 o'clock tonight right here on 97.7 The Dog. Again, we want to remind you that tomorrow is Drive One for Your Car. Show up at the Burlington High School Bus Barn located beside the football field. Take a quick little 15-minute time out of your day to go in, and the Ford Motor Company will donate $20 for each test drive of a brand-new Ford sponsored by Cromartie Ford. That goes to Burlington activities in the high school groups there at Burlington High. You can help support them tomorrow with Drive One for Your Car. So, Richard Mahoney, Rick Smith, and Jim Hills back in the Dogmobile. We'll be heading at home back to town to get ready to go on the road to Osawatomie next Friday night. We invite you to tune in and listen to Burlington Wildcat football on the Dog. Bobby, it's back to you at the station.
Thanks for listening to Burlington Wildcats football. This season's Wildcat broadcasts are brought to you in part by
Alpha Roofing, Beckman Motors, Burlington Building Materials, Burlington Auto Supply, Central National Bank, Diners Cafe, Farm Bureau Financial Services, First National Bank, Caldwell Auto Parts, Hoover Thriftway, Jeff's Towing, Life Care Center of Burlington, Prescription Center, Rick Smith DDS, The Appliance Store, Trust Point Insurance, and U.S. Cellular of Burlington.
Stay tuned. Coming up at 10, got a rundown of area high school football scores from across the state with the Kansas High School Scoreboard Show. Right here on your Flint Hills Classic Rock leader, 97.7 The Dog.